Good morning, everyone, or afternoon or evening, whenever you're watching this. I apologize for being a little late. I ran into some technical difficulties that required a complete shutdown of my computer to make it work. So I guess we're talking about hope today, and I had to hope that it would all come together, and it has. And so, and it's always a good practice for me to also, in the midst of busyness, in the midst of things not quite going the way I want them to go, how do we settle in? How do we stop for a moment and connect to God? How do we just find that way to kind of touch into the fact that, we're all one, that God is with us, that we're not alone, that we have a blessed life? How do we really connect into all of that? And so we're going to take a few moments today to drop in, connect with our bodies, connect to God, and then also take a look at the leading causes of life. David has been working on the sermon series, and we have talked about connection, coherence, agency, and last Sunday he spoke about hope and used the term informed hope. So an informed hope is when there's all the other pieces are there, that there has been connection, there has been coherence, there is focus, there's been agency, there's been, and then you get to hope and blessing. So let's just take a few moments and just take a moment to step out of the busyness of the day and drop in for a time of meditation. So I invite you to close or lower your eyes, whatever you're most comfortable with. Settle into your chair. Relax. Allow the chair to support you. And there are days where it's easier to do that than other days. I'm noticing that I'm still I'm having trouble doing it. So let's do 3 deep breaths together, and we're going to start from empty. Take a big breath in. Let it out with a sigh. And again. And one more time. And then allow your breath to return to its own natural rhythm. Notice where in your body you may be feeling tense. In fact, I invite you to just tense up everything as much as you can. Just put your shoulders up next to your ears, make little fists. Just as tight as everything as tight as you can. And then relax. Shake it out a little bit. Just notice where you're at. See if that kind of helped. It helped me loosen my shoulders a little bit. So I'm grateful for that. Notice where you've landed. Do your best to allow any thoughts of what was before, your to-do list. Just as much as you can, just set that aside, knowing you can pick it up in 5 to 8 minutes. Do your best not to worry about what's coming later. You can also pick that up afterwards and just allow yourself to be in this present moment. Because it's the time you have right now. And this is your precious time to connect to God. And invite you to follow your breath. And as you breathe in, imagine God's love coming in and filling you up, whether that comes in from up above, whether it comes in through your heart, whether it comes in from the earth below, whatever works for you in this moment, just breathe it in and then send that love out into the world when you exhale. Again, breathing in God's love for you, tapping into that source of unending love. God is right here present when we slow down and allow ourselves to connect. And as you breathe out, send that love out. And just allow your breathing to be that reminder that in each moment, no matter how busy the day is, no matter what else is going on, even in a moment when something happens and it knocks you off center, you have strong feelings or emotions about what happened, we can take a moment to come back to our breath. We can often remember God's love for us. It calms us down. It allows us to connect with God, and in doing that, connect with the inner wisdom that's inside of us, so that we can respond in a way that is loving, compassionate, kind. Even when it may mean having a really firm boundary. I flashed on situations with my kids growing up. So over the last few weeks, we've been focused on what brings us life, the leading causes of life. And looking at words like connection, coherence, agency. And today I'd like us to focus on hope. The hope that is present in us. And I'd like you to bring to mind something that you are hoping for, or a hope that you have. And just hold that. And look at the ways, and I'm talking about a hope like David talked about, like Martin Luther King had, and a hope that the woman that started Home Plate had, and the hope that the woman that started P-Flag had, and that kind of hope that connects people, that brings a coherence and a focus, that brings people together, rather than the pie in the sky type of hope. And as I was thinking about this and thinking about, okay, what are the things, maybe my hopes, where are they in this moment? And for me, what's alive is the Christmas pageant. And I have hope. I have hope that it all comes together every year. I have hope as I connect with different people. I mean, I've had more new people show up this year to help, knowing that they bring, it's a connection, they bring coherence to it and help it bring form and help it take form. Hope that inspiration will come to even write the play. Hope that I'll stay open enough to Spirit's guidance, to God's guidance, allowing it to unfold, because it isn't just about me. It's about every person involved. And what I have found every single time is when I do that, people come together. It becomes this co-creative process. It becomes something so much bigger than what I had in my mind to begin with. And new life is breathed into it each and every time. And this year is no different, as we're stretching even more, and as new people are coming on board, and as new music has been written. It's amazing. It's amazing. So what do you have in your life? And what comes to mind for you when you think of hope? And just hold that for a moment in your heart. And allow God to speak to you. Allow it to unfold for you. Just how having that hope brings life to you. And so it may be something simple, something like what I just shared that's happening currently, or it may be a larger hope, like a hope that there will be a day when no child will go hungry. There will be a day where there's not 86 kids we're feeding through Beaverton, the Beaverton homeless youth with Beaverton High School. That's a lot of homeless teens who are couch surfing or moving from place to place or have temporary housing, but aren't or are out on the street. That's a lot. So maybe your hope falls in one of those categories. Or maybe your hope falls on the national scale and the national political scene. So as you breathe in and out and remember God's love for you, bring that hope to mind, knowing that it is informed hope when it carries connection, coherence, and agency, breathes life, is enfolded in God's love for us, and can bring life to you and to others. I invite you to just take another deep breath in. Let it go. You may stay in this place of just holding your hope a little longer, or if you're ready to move to your day, you can come back and know that those things you left 5 to 8, 10 minutes ago, you can now pick up, or maybe you're in a whole different place and choose to just leave them. May you have a blessed day, a blessed week, filled with hope. Blessings.